Normally, guys, this is my second cesarean section in Japan. I have three kids, three boys, and I've passed through three CS. But I had one in my country and I had 2 year in Japan. Hello, guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Berry Talk Show, reporting all the way from Japan. If it's your first time you're watching my video, I say you're much welcome. Please take a seat, for you will like this place. This place is an amazing place. And for all my returning subscribers, those that are always coming to watch my video, to always like, to always support me, to always encourage me, from the bottom of my heart, I say thank you so much. As you can all see, we are growing. Indeed, we are growing. God bless you all for your support. I'm so overwhelmed the way we are growing. And please, if you haven't yet, turn on your notification button. You don't always like, you don't always comment. Please make sure you always do that. And please, subscribing is not enough. Always make sure to follow up, to always watch the video to really get what I'm trying to say. And why not invite somebody? So in today's video, last time I made a video about my cesarean section, the one I had back home in my home country, and I explained how it went. So I promised to come back to make another episode, the part 2 of the cesarean section I had in Japan, for us to compare, for me to tell my story. A black girl having a cesarean section in Japan for her first time, second time, 2 times, and same sex, boys. So I had a lot of experience, I had a lot of similarities, some differences. So that's my story. So I'll be trying to tell you my story, my cesarean section story in Japan for my second child and my third child. I already talked about my cesarean section of my first child, how it went and how it started. So I'm back again. Make sure you have a seat. Let's talk about this and let's enjoy. So when I came to Japan, I discovered I was pregnant. I had to go to the hospital. I went to the hospital with my husband. They asked me some questions. When was your last menses? And so on and so forth. I told the doctor, so we calculated everything together. And immediately, I told him about my birth history. I told him my first child, I had him through cesarean section, and he asked me what happened. I tried telling him I had preeclampsia. So I narrated everything to him. He said, okay, there is no problem. And he told me the very first day, you will still pass through cesarean section for your second baby. I was surprised out how. Immediately he told me, there was this fear in me. But I told him it's been 6 years, almost 7 years I had my first child. That gap was much. So I was like, it's been long I had my first child. This second one, at least I can go through normal delivery. He told me, no, they can't bear that risk. They can't even allow me. He said in Japan, if you have your first child through CS, all your children, if you're supposed to have 10 kids, 20 kids, 2, 3, you have all of them through cesarean section. That's the rule. So they cannot even allow me, no matter the gap between my first child and my second child I was about to have at that particular time, they can't allow me to pass through normal delivery. So that was it. And I got home, I was sad. I really felt bad. The thing really traumatized me for some time. Just imagine you've had your first child after 6 years and you are about to have the second child. You are thinking maybe you will go through normal delivery, and they told you the first day you are trying to go for antenatal, they are telling you you have your baby through CS. Yeah, it was a good thing. They told me right from the very first day for me to like prepare myself psychologically, physically, spiritually, financially, and all the like. But I really felt a time. I really felt bad. And so at that very moment, since the doctor told me like that, I started preparing my mindset. As you all know, those that watched my first video, I talked about my cesarean section of my first child. I was unconscious when that was being done, so I never really knew anything due to the situation I was in. But this time around, I was really conscious and I was well pre-informed a long time. So I was trying to follow up. I will always go to the hospital for my during my first period of my pregnancy, the early stage of my pregnancy. I was going to the hospital after 1 month, after four weeks. I will go to the hospital after 4 weeks. So I went to the hospital after 4 weeks, at the 4 weeks interval for about 4 months. And during the middle period, trimester of my pregnancy, I had to start going to the hospital after 2 weeks interval. And during my last stage, I started going to the hospital after a week. I was like going to the hospital regularly. Everybody knew me at the hospital. And due to language barrier, the hospital had to look for me a translator because it was really difficult. I speak just English, the people speak just Japanese. Just a few doctors could speak English, and their English wasn't really clear. They could like just speak out some words. So communication was really difficult, and the hospital really tried their best. So all my appointment I was having, they were like booking a translator for me, an interpreter to interpret our communication between the doctors, the nurses, the midwife, and myself. So at least it made it a little easy for all of us. So when the doctor at when I was about, let's say, 7 months pregnant, the doctor told me the date I will have to go for my cesarean section. And he told me the things I'm supposed to prepare. The doctor never even told me, it's the midwife. He told me go to the midwife because each person has his or her job. The doctor has his job or her job. The midwife have their job. The nurses have their job. So every department have their job. They will tell you go to this place and they will tell you what to do. So the doctor was there following me up, always doing the scan, the ecography. Every time I go to the hospital, if I went to the hospital, let's say 50 times, all the 50 times they would do ecography on me. So it was really nice, and to check if I'm okay, if my wound is okay, if the baby's position is okay. So I was really enjoying the process and the care, the love. It was so nice. So when they told me the time I will be having my baby, the day, and the doctor told me you have to come to the hospital a day before. Let's say, for instance, I'm having my baby on Monday, and I will have to come in the hospital on Sunday for them to admit me, and they'll follow me up, clean me up on that Sunday for them to prepare me against Monday for my CS. So they told me things to bring. They told me I need a baby's dresses, just one pair. A socks, a baby cover, just one pair. I need pads. I need my health insurance, my mother and child health book. What else do they even ask me to bring? My nightwear, the one having just button, not a gown, just button, a pant and a top. That's what they asked me to bring a pair of slippers, and that was it. So I was good to go. They just asked me to prepare the stuff. Any other thing I was supposed to use in the hospital will provide for me, and they will add it at the hospital bill. So when it was the day for my cesarean section, the eve, my husband took me to the hospital with my first son and my friend. Normally it was really traumatizing to me passing through a cesarean section again when I'm normal. I really felt bad, but they were there to encourage me. On Sunday I went to the hospital. We prayed together. They left. My cesarean section was supposed to take place the next day on Monday morning at 12 o'clock. So on that Sunday I came to the hospital. They gave me food. They had to clean me up to prepare me for the next day. And the food I ate in the afternoon on Sunday, that was the last food. On Monday they never gave me any breakfast. So in the morning the nurse came and gave me some injections, some drips for them to prepare me. They wore me the surgery socks. They changed my dress from my normal dress to surgery dress, and they prepared me. Exactly at 12:55 they came and carried me on the wheelchair. Upon arriving at the theater, I met about 30 doctors putting on blue. Oh my God, I was scared. They were well prepared, putting on masks, putting on socks, putting on gloves. Immediately I saw them, I felt like frightened. And one of my doctor, Dr. Matthew, told me, Dione, you can do it. Don't be scared. I'm right here beside you. Okay, let's go in. You are a strong girl. So I had to enter. They carried me, placed me on the stretcher. Later on, they placed me on the bed. The doctor came and held my hand and said, you can make it, okay? I'm here for you. We'll make everything possible for you and your baby to be safe. Okay, I said yes. So they had to give me the anesthesia on my spinal cord. Man, that's when I felt pain. I cried out my life. They tied my hands, held my legs. I could not talk. I was just like, it was painful. Those that have passed through cesarean section, you can tell your story. Med. As they were giving me on my spinal cord, they had to bend my back. They held my hands. I could not. I would just make I'm feeling pain. After a while, it's like I started feeling weak. I was going down. They placed some ice on my upper section, on my breast, on my face. They will ask me, "Is it cold?" I will tell them yes. They'll place it on my downer feet. They'll ask me, "Is it cold?" I will say no. The doctor started shaking their head, but I was okay on my upper section, but my downer section was like I wasn't really feeling anything. I couldn't raise up my legs, so they had to cover me from my waist coming up. The doctor had to put something like a blind, and everywhere was full of light. The nurses were there, doctors. It was like, I don't know, like a black person from that matter is somehow an experience. So everybody was like excited to see. The doctors were there, the nurses were there. The doctors started working on me. I wasn't feeling any pain normally. So after about 1 hour 30 minutes, I heard my baby crying. I was like, the doctor came to me, it's a boy. I was so happy. I was like, and I started like, I was feeling dizzy. My eyes were dim. I was seeing just that. They just came and placed the baby beside me. I just smiled. I could not even touch my baby, but the joy in me. And they told me they have to clean up the baby. So let me be calm. I will see the baby the next day. So they took the baby to the nurses for them to clean him up. And the nurse also, the doctors were done on me. They had to clean me, carry me on stretchers. They took me to my own room. So after every 30 minutes, the nurses will come and clean me or press my stomach for the blood to come out, and they will remove my part. After 30 minutes, they will come. I was feeling pain on my stomach. It's like I carried something that. Then the next day, what surprised me was they came and told me I am supposed to walk. They said after 24 hours, I'm supposed to remove steps. That is the rule. The nurse came into my room. I told the nurse, I can't walk. I just left the theater a few hours ago. She told me, no, Berry, you can try. You can make it. So she had to carry me. And I tried moving a few steps, 1, 2, 3. She was so happy, and she said, "You can make it. You can then go back to bed." And I only had to eat after 2 days. They told me I have to stay like that. It's after 2 days though I'm supposed to eat, and after that I was really hungry. Before that 2 days to come, it's like I was like dying. Oh my God! And when the 2 days finally came, they brought rice. The rice was just like, it was watery. It was like mushy, like something too soft. Like, I don't know, since I just left theater, they couldn't give me something too hard. So they made that rice for me. And I told them, I want to see my baby. I want to see my child. They told me, you are not yet strong. The baby cannot sleep in the same room with you. I told them, no, I had to go. So they told me where the baby was. I saw my child after 6 years having another baby. Oh my God, the joy was too much. My husband came. Was like all the time I'll go and knock the door. They'll ask me, what is it? I said, I want to see my baby. It was so nice. And this story, I don't know, I couldn't just wait to share it with you people. And I said cesarean section is not a taboo. If the doctors tell you what to do, if for you to have a baby through cesarean section, please go for it. Don't think twice. Nobody should deceive you. Yeah, I've passed through 3 cesarean sections, and I will tell you there is nothing there. The doctors know best. Never you feel discouraged. Nobody should discourage you. If you try having your baby through the normal delivery way and things are hard for you, stop stressing yourself. Stop stressing up your baby. Go through cesarean section and have your baby, and have that life. Bring that baby to life. Bring yourself back to life. All we have to do is to pray to God things to go on well. We should pray to God to provide the finances, instead of like castigating the women, or instead of like seeing cesarean section as a taboo. Please, women, let's be conscious. It's not you passing through labor pain for 3 days or for 4 days that makes you a woman. No. Please, thank you for watching.